There doesn't mean that it didn't start. So hello, Doodle fam. We are going to start with Bella Gracie's puppies. They are new babies as of yesterday. They were just born, and I'm going to put collars on them, so I thought it would be fun to do. It's plastic, Bella Grace. She thinks it's some kind of treat. It's just plastic. So she had 5 puppies, 3 girls and 2 boys. Let's see who we got first. This is a boy. Super sweet. All right, we're going to put black on him. So these guys, we filmed her birth, so we'll be able to put out a video, but she did fantastic. There we go. Here's our first one. All right, this is our only curly one of the bunch. Another boy, red-colored boy. We're gonna make him blue.
All right, Matt says hello from Plymouth, Maine. Wow.
Hi, Matt.
I'm sorry, Massachusetts. Sorry, my bad. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Daniel Brown.
Hey, Daniel. Annie.
Oh, it says, love that little head peeking through the railing.
Oh, that's Annie.
So there's Annie. Her puppies are right next door. We'll see them in just a few minutes, but Annie is very observant. Daniel's from New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
That's why he said good morning. Yes, Mary. You got rid of the black line across the screen. Good job.
This is our little girl. She's our purple one. Got rid of the black.
Mary, that made my day. That was so funny.
Annie.
It's okay.
So I like to do the same collars throughout the whole thing. So I zip tie them in the beginning so that way they don't come off. Like if they're too loose, their arms can get caught. But that way they just get to keep the collar the entire time. And so it just lets families be able to identify them. And then also, after they do puppy picking, they can go back and look at photos and videos that I sent, and then they know which one theirs was. That's our last girl. She's going to be pink.
All right, let me do some shout-outs. We got a bunch. Sheila Wilson, Virginia Beach. Thanks so much for joining us. Love how... let's see. Yeah, Daniel, I'm so glad you're enjoying the puppies. Let's see. Thomas Creek Doodles from Hattiesburg, Massachusetts.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Diamonds and Jeep Gal. Got attention of my doggies. They hear the babies talking. That's so cute. Wendy, was this Bella Grace's first litter? She's from Canada.
So this is actually Bella Grace's second litter. Her first litter is actually on YouTube. It just was about 7 to 8 months ago. But we actually did a video on her first one also.
Wendy's from California. Sarah, hello from a fellow doodle breeder in British Columbia, Canada. Thanks so much for joining. Schaffner Chat, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Holly Haywood, Idaho. Wow. Brittany Simmons, really local from North Carolina. What kind of dog is she, and is she your own personal dog?
So she is a Goldendoodle. So she's an F1B mini Goldendoodle, and she is a part of our Guardian program. So we have dogs that we have relationships with families, and that way we can have moms that have puppies, but they are family pets first. I wonder what Bella Gracie sees. Oh, she's sniffing your shoes.
Am I okay to be in here, Bella Grace? All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So the Guardian families, they get the puppy at 8 weeks old, so they are theirs. If we bred them and so they're one of our puppies, then they go through the same process that all our families do, puppy picking, the go-home day, and everything. And if it's a dog that we bought from an outside breeder, we still get them at 8 weeks, and then they go home. That's their family pet. And then the only times that we need them between when we start breeding is to do the girls are home. You will never have a stranger in our house. We will always know what's going on. Annie,
it's okay,
it's just
bud.
the girls. So the girls come in and out. They go play with friends, and then they come back. And usually their friends come back with them, and so all the dogs just get a little riled up for just a couple of seconds.
Can you say hi, Aubrey?
Hey, Aubrey. You're on your scooter? Nice. All right, we're doing it live, so. You good? Okay, I love you. Nobody. We're just doing it live on YouTube.
Why is there a car?
That's our one that we're replacing the other car with. Yep. So yeah, back to Guardians. So we add a couple of Guardians each year because after they've had 4 litters, as long as everything worked out and it went well, then that mom is just a family pet from here on out. And then they get spayed, and that's their dog forever on. So each time our Guardians, we just kind of make sure that they're healthy, that they're good to go. And it's a great relationship because we compensate our families for the puppies that they create.
Oops.
What happened?
Just lost the my camera.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. My fault.
So we are able to do that. So like a lot of our families have told us like that it helped them go on a mission trip, or it helped them get a new computer for their schoolroom, like all kinds of things. Whatever they use their compensation for, it just makes us really happy because we're able to bless other people.
Awesome.
Did you see this one? Look
No,
how
I
cute
see
that
that.
one is.
That's so cool. All right, let me keep catching up. Let's see. Put this down here. Yeah, I would say if you guys, as I kind of go through this list, if you guys have any questions, just put it down in the chat. And throughout this hour that we're with you guys, we'll be sure to try and answer all the questions that you guys have. Okay, scrolling back up here.
So I think probably one of my favorite parts about breeding is just watching how naturally everything happens. Like Bella Grace knew what to do when she's having babies, how they can open up the sacs and just know how to do that. But then also innately, they know where milk is, they know how to nurse, and it's fascinating to me that they do these little head bobs, and it's like they're pulling the nipple, and that's helping get milk out faster, which is very impressive to me that they
That's
automatically
cool, yeah.
know how to do that.
There you go.
See, like that. And then when they get older, you'll see them really push, like with their paws, they like push on it and pull back. So then they're really working it. But it's just a very efficient way of them getting enough milk. And so now that we have their collars, we will start weighing them once a day, making sure that everybody's gaining weight. And then also we just keep an eye on Bella Grace and all of our moms because we want to make sure that they maintain their weight. So we feed them as much as they want to eat. And plus, we give them calcium tablets, just all kinds of stuff just to make sure that they are staying healthy as possible.
Awesome. All right. S. Praggett, hello from Channelon, Illinois. I hope I'm getting that right.
Yeah,
All right.
Midwesterners.
Yeah. How long is the current wait list right now?
We actually are about to have a good amount of minis that are going to be available. So I would say in the next 2 months, we'll have puppies that are available to go home. And then mediums, it just depends on how many Charlotte Rose has. We have about 6 people waiting on the list, but litters coming from F1s, from our standards, usually have 8 to 10. So there could be some possibility of mediums in the next 2 months also.
Awesome. And then, so does everybody know how old these puppies are?
Yeah, I told them that they were just born yesterday.
Okay, great. When will you start the early neurological stimulation? Just as a curiosity.
ENS gets started on day 2, so I'll give them until a full day tomorrow, and so tomorrow I'll start it.
Awesome.
But we're going to do Annie's whenever we're ready to switch over.
Yeah. Let's do a couple more
Stick with these
questions.
guys a little longer.
Yeah. Is it okay to breed a dog? This is from Cumberland Cavaliers.
Oh.
Is it okay to breed a dog on its first heat cycle?
So traditionally, our reproductive vet said no, unless the dog doesn't have a heat cycle until they're after a year and a half old. So that's always been his caveat, was sometimes dogs don't have heat cycles until they are much further along. And if it took them that long to get a heat cycle, then you're probably going to have a long time in between each heat cycle. So we have had an instance where, well, probably 2 or 3 times where moms were old enough and ready to breed, had all their had their health testing done, and then we decided they were old enough to go ahead and breed, and it worked out perfectly.
Cool. This is too funny. You'll relate with this one. Rebecca, Virginia, DIY. My Goldendoodle is a Velcro dog. I love how attached and affectionate Goldendoodles are.
I do too. We actually call Bella Grace our Velcro dog because she wants to be beside you. I think if she could have given birth in my lap, she would have. They are super affectionate and just love to be around people. So you are correct.
Mm-hmm.
You should tell us how old your dog is.
Yeah, definitely. Rebecca, comment down below how old your dog is. Let's see. Just kind of going through all these comments. My goodness, this is just incredible. We love the support, you guys. Thank you. Unite Beauties from, this is Carla from Florida. And then I think she has a comment down here. Let's see. Priscilla, hello from Wake County.
Oh, Priscilla, we grew up in Wake County.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Nightdale.
Yeah, right outside of Raleigh in Nightdale. We actually met in high school, and it's awesome. So
Never looked back.
That's right. Just wondering how guardians are chosen. That's a good question.
That is a good question. So guardians are chosen really with gut instinct in mind. If you are having a challenge, like if you think like, ooh, they didn't respond well, or I didn't like this, then you're definitely just want to go ahead and just decline that person. We've had a couple instances where we tried, like I thought like somebody was like really late and forgot about our meeting. And so I thought, okay, well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But that happened a couple more times, and we ended up not placing a dog with her. So usually it's friends of friends or family members. But we usually just get references from people and like, hey, I heard that you do this. Are you in any need of a guardian now? And I take their name, and then as soon as we're in need of one, then I go ahead and place them. But it's kind of just by word of mouth, honestly.
Yeah, word of mouth is usually has been our best source, just because there's always a relationship or a reference that we can talk to.
Yeah, something to go back to.
Yeah, because there's a huge, as you guys know, there's a huge trust factor.
Oh yeah.
In that relationship, and so we want it to be as healthy as it possibly can be, especially for the dog and just how they're cared for back at home, and we want to obviously convey that back when they're with us. So it has to be a good mutual relationship. Let's see. Daniel Carr, I love all of your pups. Do you ever produce tuxedos?
So to get a tuxedo, you have to have 2 party carriers, and I do not have those genes that run in. So I do get some abstracts, and those abstracts can be a lot of white. I can have the whole chest and all the white spots, but it doesn't go all the way around the neck, so it's not considered a tuxedo doodle. But Ripken definitely carries the party gene, and so when he's paired up with another female that has any type of abstract markings, he usually produces a white chest. So those are really pretty, but I don't test specifically for party genes or for any colors for that matter. I usually just go on temperament and the most golden retriever look that I can. I like dogs that have a short snout, long ears, and look more golden retriever-like, and have good personalities. So that's kind of how I choose my moms.
Awesome. Okay, Rebecca Virginia says, what's your favorite age stage of the puppies?
Oh, that's a great question. Gosh, okay. So there's a couple of different things and caveats to them. So I think my favorite age is between 3 and 4 weeks old, and they're exploring enough, but they are very relaxed. They will let you cuddle with them, turn them over on their back, and just relax with them, love on them. But at that same time, they are still in our nurseries on the inside instead of our garage nurseries, and they are starting to pee like crazy. So I change their mat almost every single day because they are just starting to drink so much milk, and they're almost ready to transition to like the soupy mixture that we do with the goat's milk and stuff. And so they're just peeing up a storm. So that's my caveat to that one. And then the second one that I love is between probably 6 and 7 weeks old. That's that time frame where they are starting to get super eager to learn, and they recognize my voice and they want to be with me. And so I think that that's really sweet for ownership and for just the love and affection that I get from them, and how much that makes me happy. And then they're starting their manding, which is where I can start to see them learn to be obedient, and I think that that's a great process. But then also at the same time, once they recognize my voice, when I walk into the garage nurseries, then they start to bark. And so I have to teach them that's not how we get attention. We want to like set them down and wait for them to stop barking, and then we take them out of the nursery. So a lot of fun parts, but it's a lot of work and effort also.
All right, I'm going to give some love to our Facebook Live. What size? Jennifer Michaud. Hey! What size is Bella Grace compared to Annie? So Annie, we're going to see in just the next few minutes.
Annie's about 30, mid-30s. Bella Grace is mid-20s. So I think Bella Grace at her heaviest is like 24 pounds. So she's smaller.
Bella Grace is
out.
But
look at this one. Like all of these guys are just relaxing.
Yeah.
That guy's like nursing, and she's nursing too, but.
All right, we'll do like 2 more minutes in here, and then we'll make the migration to go see Annie.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, Schaffner chat. What is the smallest Goldendoodle size?
So you have what they call now micro and petite Goldendoodles, and I think those are ones that breeders are trying to stay under 10 pounds. I don't create those, but I have ones that usually stay between 15 and 20 pounds, but I can't guarantee that they'd be under 10. That takes a really specific breeder and a really specific stud that you can do. So
Bella Grace
She's so funny.
wants some belly rubs.
She wanted belly rubs throughout her entire labor. Like she would roll over like this, and I would give her some love, and then she'd go back and start pushing again. It was very funny.
My goodness, too cute. And the puppies are just adapting to.
Yeah, they're just
Grace.
coming over.
Yep, it's so fun. Let's see. I'm Carla.
Hi,
She's
Carla.
in Florida.
Woohoo.
Can I be a guardian for your program?
Not
If
in
you live
Florida, Carla.
That would be a lot of commuting all the way from Florida, but we really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
And wanting to be a part of it. But hey, keep commenting because we love the support. And she has a golden doodle. I see it. I'm cheating. I'm all the way down the bottom. She has a golden doodle that's 1 year old.
Aw,
Let's see.
cute.
All right. Oh, Sister Fate's on here. Hello, Aaron and JP. We just brought home our baby Easter weekend. We love her. She's a great
Nice.
pup.
That's great.
Yeah. Sierra Smith, how do you stop biting at an early age, 8 weeks, so that it's not an issue later on? Oh, that's a really good question.
So I think predominantly the best way that I can recommend is having a lead on them. So like just a Dollar Tree leash that you don't care if it gets chewed up accidentally or anything like that. So just loop it around their collar. And then if biting starts to happen, you're going to take that lead and just kind of put it to the ground. So that way they can't, if you have to use your foot, you can use your foot, but that way they can't move. And just wait right there and rest until they stop. When they do stop, you can either choose to give them a bone or something to chew on, or you can put them in kind of like a timeout where they just need to know that that's not an okay behavior. So it's not a timeout as in a punishment, it's just a timeout as in a separation to get some energy out and just to kind of redirect it to something else, like a toy or a frozen washcloth, maybe a bone, like a yak cheese or a bully stick, something like that. Just to try to, let them teethe on something else. A lot of people have told me recently that they have really enjoyed. Oh my gosh, what are they called? It's the foam, not foam, but felt thing with lots of finger.
Like a
kind of
busy
things.
mat?
Yes, but it's something specific. So it looks like a shag rug, and then you put their kibble in it. And so they get to pull around and they get to try to find their kibble.
Neat. Comment in the chat if you guys know exactly what Aaron's talking about.
There's a couple of different ones.
I can't
There's
remember
toys.
what the name of it is.
Like one of my families just sent recently that her dog Jude just went home a couple of months ago, and it's like rolled up felt stuffed in a ball. So every time he pulls one out, he has to open up the felt, and then a treat or a kibble is in there. She said it kept him busy for 30 minutes. So I told her we need to add that to our store.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll have to kind of look into what that's called. Have you kept track of how many puppies you've had since you've started? Marilyn, wow.
Have you? I don't know.
So since
2009.
Yeah, 2009?
No.
2010.
I graduated PT school in 2009, so
Yeah.
2010 would probably be our first litters.
Yeah. No, the honest answer would be no, but it would be really neat to go back. But we sent out actually no, we haven't. I need to send a mass email. So we started, all of our families have gotten a dog from us.
Future families that have a deposit.
Yeah, and future families that have a deposit with us. We started a closed Facebook group so we can all kind of communicate and kind of share stories and pictures, and that's been really neat to do.
It's been
I
fun.
can't believe it took us this long to do.
Yeah.
But I need to send out a mass email to all of our contacts,
Yeah.
so we can see some pictures of Bella's litter, first litter.
That'd be
It'd
sweet.
be really neat to see those kind of things.
The OGs.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. I have questions. So this is from Akita Struga. I have questions. How often do you give 8-week puppies a bath?
I give them a bath once, right before they go home. So between 7 and 8 weeks old, I give them a bath, and that's when we give them a bath. We clip their nails about every other week, and if they need it, we'll clip them every week. And then they get either towel dried or a little bit of hair drying with a blow dryer.
Mm-hmm. Hey Busby, how much are the minis and about how big do they get?
So my minis are 30 pounds and under. Some stay around 30 pounds, and then some are bred with our miniature poodle, and they can be as low as 15 to 20 pounds. Girls usually stay a little smaller than the boys, and they are $3,400.
Yeah, and if you're interested in like puppies or upcoming litters, be sure to check out our website, doodlesofnc.com, and then you can put an application, then you can just talk to Erin directly about what your goals are and size, and then you can get paired up with the right litter.
Oh my gosh.
Multitasking here, getting pictures.
I know, right?
And
But it's
on
such a
live stream.
cute thing.
Do you breed any of your personal dogs or just the guardians?
So Bella is our personal dog, and she did have litters, and she's retired, so that's the only reason why she doesn't have them. But we are actually keeping a second dog from Charlotte's next litter, so and then she will be a mom for us too. So she will breed when it comes time, as long as everything works out, like her health and everything like that.
Yeah, because you have to do...
She has to do her hips, elbows, things like that.
Right.
But we have never had a dog fail. So, which is great, but I know breeders that have had dogs fail their x-rays, and then you just spay them and they become a pet instead of a breeding dog.
Sylvia says, do you ship puppies to other countries? So we don't ship puppies, but we fly with our puppies.
We can accompany them.
Yeah, so, and then what paperwork does one need for puppies crossing the border to Canada? Do you know?
I don't know. I feel like we looked into that before.
Yeah, it was one to Toronto.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it was. I think they just have to have their health clearances. Like you have to have a piece of paper from your vet stating that it's a healthy dog.
But every country
look into it.
is different. Sometimes states are different. So,
Hawaii's different.
Yeah, Hawaii, you have to quarantine your pet for 2 weeks before you're able to pick them up. And so we've had that. We've had that experience once.
They have to have their rabies shot too.
Oh, and rabies
So they
shot,
have to be 4 months old.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you looking up Canada right
I
now?
am.
All right. So hang tight. We're going to answer that question for you. Barbie Ramos, what can you do if you can't sell your last puppy?
Ooh.
That's hard.
Reduce the cost. Take really good photographs.
Yeah. Send emails out to all of your
Past
contacts.
families.
Yeah. You just want to try and make sure that even your last puppy goes to a really good home.
Yeah.
Don't get desperate.
Okay, you want to know Canada?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, you have to have proof of the dog's age from your veterinarian.
Okay.
The dog has to appear healthy and meet humane transportation requirements.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
So
Hold on, let me put that I'm not the owner. Okay, a valid certificate of health, proof of the age, and humane transportation requirements. That's it. That's all it says.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of challenges to Canada.
No.
So this is on Facebook. Let's see if there's a question in here. I cannot wait to receive your... Oh, that's so kind. Elise Double Doodles said she had her first litter of Double Doodles this past Christmas. Your YouTube videos and all your content has been so helpful. We love keeping in contact with all of our families and the sweet new additions. Also cannot wait to receive your new potty trays. It's going to be so helpful. We cannot wait to receive the potty trays either.
Double Doodles are fun.
Yeah, that is fun. Vivian Chan, what's your opinion on removing dew claws?
We talked about this last time, Miss Vivian. So we personally don't remove them anymore. We did for the first couple of years, and then we just did a little more research on and asked more veterinarians their thought process on it. And more, I think vets are going away from it because they're realizing the statistics of injury don't actually back up the claim of taking them off. And then the other thing is that they say when you take them off, it can actually loosen up the ligaments surrounding. It's basically like the dog's wrist. So when you take those off, it can loosen up the ligaments, and then the bones can shift, and they can get arthritis faster. All that said, and the fact that we didn't enjoy taking the mom with the puppy to go get them removed. It was just not a fun experience because the mom can hear the puppies, and it's pretty distressing for them. So we just decided not to do it, and we haven't looked back. We have had great experiences from people.
Yeah, really have. All right, we're at the
You want
30-minute
to
mark.
go
Let's
to
do it.
Annie's?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.
Bella Grace, do you mind holding the laptop?
Yeah.
Bella Grace will be back. She's like, where are you going? Oh, you're just going to sit next to me.
Because I got up?
Yep.
That's funny.
We'll be back.
Back up, Annie. Annie, come on. Annie. Annie.
Bella Grace,
Come
you
on.
want a break? Okay. And then Miss Oakley is on puppy watch. She should be having her puppies. She's due tomorrow. So, all right, we're going to be in here.
Hey, little babies.
Can you hold the camera for a second?
Yeah.
Let's set back up. What's up, Annie?
You're going to be behind the computer, Annie? Oh, no. Annie, come on. She's not doing anything. Bella Grace, no ma'am.
Bella Grace is a little jealous. She's like, we were just hanging out, but now you want...
You want another woman.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, get your bone.
Look at the size difference of these guys.
I know. These guys are so chunky.
They're getting so big already.
So these are Annie's puppies, and they are 2 weeks old, almost 2 weeks old. And they still have not opened their eyes. They're like almost there. Yep, still shut. But I was going to take them through their early neurological stimulation. Hold on, I'm going to have to. Hold on, Annie, back up. Your Bella Grace. There you go. She thought she wanted to go out, but she did not.
Oh, we got it. Abby, snuffle mat.
There you go.
Nice.
A snuffle mat. Yeah, we need to add one of those. And
That's awful.
get
That's
one for our
awesome.
future dog.
Okay.
Okay. So this is Miss Green.
So what are you working
Oh,
on now?
Mr. Green. So I'm going to do my early neurological stimulation with them. And so we're doing different positions for 10 seconds apiece. And what that does is just creates a stressful stimulation, but then also they can recover really quickly from it. And so then that helps them in the future be able to go through those types of stressful events and not be negatively impacted by it.
What's their least favorite, do you find, on ENS?
Being upside down.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
More so than just having their paws rubbed? And
Yeah, they don't seem to mind that at all.
Annie, you're like blocking the camera.
Here's Miss Purple. Annie. Annie's doing a great job cleaning, but we can't see them.
All right, we'll have to just watch Annie cleaning the puppies.
Well, that is part of it.
Yep. How do you work your guardian contracts? So this is from Kana's Boxer Babies.
How do we work it?
How do you work your contracts? Maybe, if you don't mind, do you mind putting a more detailed question as far as the guardian contracts, and we'll see what kind of answers we can provide to you. Did you? Oh my goodness, Mary, you had to ask that question. Did you come up with a name for your puppy?
Right now, it's still Peggy. Peggy, Millie, Sophie. Those are the ones that have stayed true.
Yeah. Peggy's not my favorite, but
Oh,
if I get outvoted, I'm completely okay with that. But
He just wants something that everybody agrees on.
yes.
So I did ask the girls to separately to label them 1 through, at that time we had 7. 7 choices. And if the dog comes out with white paws, they want to name it Socks. And that one they both agree on 100%.
Here, let me go see if I can settle.
You gonna help Bella Grace? Yeah. Okay. She's just upset because we're in here and she's not.
All right, and I'm gonna turn this to you.
Okay.
And then you can kind of look through the questions here.
Well, this is fun.
Yeah.
I can see what I'm doing. Annie, I can't see the questions. Oh, Vivian, what does that mean? Hold on. Vivian said, does that mean our breeder isn't good? Did Vivian ask about the Doodles?
I'll have to scroll up and see.
Well, okay. Oh, okay. She did ask about Doodles. Vivian, that does not mean that your breeder is not good by any means. Everybody has differences of opinions, and every vet has differences. There could be some vets that think that we're wrong for leaving them because they might have to have oh, Bella Grace. They might have
Bella Grace, what are you doing? I'm gonna go take her outside.
Okay. So there could be some vets that don't think what we're doing is correct because we're not being, I'm just being a little outrageous here, but they could say we're not being responsible people and we are, we're putting them at risk for need of surgery. So like there's all kinds of, Annie's coming too. She wants to go to the bathroom too, Annie.
Oh, okay.
There could be all sorts of different outcomes. And so just go with what your gut says. If you think that this breeder is good and everything else adds up, then I would definitely go with that breeder still. Annie's puppies are going to need nail trimming soon. Okay, let's see. Any tips on bringing a new puppy to our 2-year-old dog? So that's a really good question, Jen. I think that it is really important to maybe do like a smell test. So like if you do, if you have the ability to talk to your breeder and to send them like a shirt or something like that, a blanket, and they can rub it on all the puppies and then send it back to you, I think that would be excellent because then you can just leave it in for your leave it for your dog to smell and to be around. And then the most other important thing that I have been able to see is that you should just introduce them off leash and in a place where they can be comfortable. So like if your dog is allowed on the couch, then you should let them be able to jump up there, but the puppy won't be able to get up there. But also at the same time, the puppy could go underneath the couch. And so it gives each person and each dog a place that they can go hide to and just be able to come out when they're ready, you know, so that way you're not forcing it on anybody. Thompson Creek Doodles, I am so excited about our potty trays too. I cannot wait for them. Have you ever had, Sandy J, thanks for the question. Have you ever had a mom reject her puppies? No, but we have had moms that were not as attentive to her puppies. Specifically like Nova, for example. Caroline says that Nova is not a great cleaner. So she ends up having to like use baby wipes and clean all the puppies and because Nova just doesn't do a great job at it. But we have never had a mom be like vicious with one of her puppies, or we've never had a mom that that was not attentive, like didn't want to feed them milk or anything like that. I love this creamy one. I think she's so cute. Let's see. Oh, a double doodle, Marie, is a Labradoodle and a Goldendoodle together. The McLawn La Familia, your 12-week-old puppy, I would definitely recommend looking at the Baxter and Bella program. They have some free videos that you can go to, but they have a whole puppy series for the whole entire family because the lady who does Baxter and Bella has kids also. And so she knows how to teach them and work with them. So use our coupon Doodles of NC and you'll save 25%. But it's a lifelong membership. So you just put the investment in once, and it's not that bad. And then you can use it for the rest of your life. So which I think is great, because there'll be different stages where you might need to reference, where you need to go back and reference videos again, or there might be something that you want to do that's new, and they have videos. So that would definitely be my recommendation. And just consistency. Consistency is huge when it comes to. Hi, Annie. Oh, hold on. Annie wants to come back in. Come on, Annie. Consistency is huge when it comes to training. You want to make sure that you're doing the same thing consistently throughout the day. Will you do a birth video for Oakley's litter? Yes, our goal is to, but if for some reason she has them and I'm not here and it's JP or vice versa, it is a little more challenging for us to do that, but we will try our best to get them. And I think we will have availability on Oakley's litter, just by the way. If you have any friends that want to get Doodles from the same litter. Oakley is supposed to have 8 babies, so we're very excited about that. We did her x-ray the other day, and she is going to have 8. Aw, David, I will give her a big hug for you. It says they're really missing Annie. We start them on goat's milk and ground up puppy food at 4 weeks old. So when Annie, huh? Oh, sorry. David is Annie's dad. Miss Jennifer is Annie's mom, and so they're really excited, obviously, about her, and they miss her very much. They're probably loving the fact that all her babies are on the live, but we don't start them on that until mom's ready to head home. Kona's Boxer says, do you sell your guardians for a discount? What other stipulations do you consider? So we do give them their families at a discount. We do them, so our guardians pay $500 for their dog instead of the traditional price. Ours are $3,400. And they get that because why we chose $500 was that it was significant enough that we felt like it was a responsibility for families. Like it was really good to be able to, just be able to show responsibility, be fiscally responsible, so that way it's not just going just to anybody. But it was lower than what the average pet price is for a dog. So that is why we chose $500. I think she's just going to keep whining.
I cannot get Bella Gracie to settle. Been outside, she pottied. Now she just, I think
it's just because we're right here.
Yeah, she's jealous.
This is what it's like in this household. You got to give all the mom dogs all attention.
Yes.
All the time. But that's okay.
Oh, totally.
And look, you can see these guys are smelling mom because they're like super active right now. Come here, Annie. They want to nurse. And Annie's like, but you guys are in here, so I'm just going to hang out with you. Hey, sweet girl.
All right, where are we at on the questions?
I just did the Kona's Boxer. They were asking about, does our guardians get a discount? Can you guys see these guys army crawling? Aren't they so smart? They army crawl all the way over to the nipple, and then they're like, okay, this is great.
Let me pull the blinds just a little bit.
You need me to?
I got it.
Okay.
Here we go. That looks a lot better. You said the question, Kona, is, did you sell guardian dogs for a discount?
Yes.
That's the one?
Yep,
okay.
that's what I did.
My planner, oh, that's so kind, suggested a snuggle puppy to their cousin, and it worked. So,
Good.
And the puppy could finally sleep all the night. So thank you for the suggestion.
That's
That
great.
you did in an earlier video. So that's awesome. McLaughlin, is saying, having trouble training my 12-week-old puppy. Do you
We
have
talked
some...
about that one.
You already did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. Let's see. Do you breed every heat typically, or do you skip heats? From Dan Smith.
Hi, Dan, and we do not skip heats. Our reproductive vet references articles from UC Berkeley. They did a huge study on golden retrievers that were breeding dogs, and they did autopsies on all these dogs after they were breeding females, and they found healthier uteruses and healthier longevity of life if they were bred back to back and then spayed right after. Decreases chances of mammary cancer, uterine cancer, like all kinds of things. And so we have stuck with that, and so we just breed back to back 4 times if everything goes smoothly each time, and then they're spayed right after that. So we try not to have any cycles where there's just this like flood of hormones going in, and there's not a purpose for them. I kind of feel like that's why the cancer probably continues. That's my guess. But I am not a vet, so.
Let's see. Jen M., will you show us how you and your family will pick your new puppy? It'll be really interesting to see how a breeder picks a puppy from for their own pet.
Yeah, we can definitely do a video on that.
That's a good idea. Jen, thanks. We'll definitely do that. Tiki Bar.
I'm sure it'll change. Like 1 week we'll be like, ooh, I think it's gonna be yellow, and then another week it's gonna be like, ooh, I think it's gonna be pink. So it's gonna be a big tease probably until we feel like we're really ready to pick.
You're right. Tiki Bar. It says, what is the time frame to get a mini? Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll have them early June. So we'll have a variety of puppies. Like I said, Oakley's having a larger litter than we anticipated, so we will have openings on her litter. And we might have openings on Bella Grace's. I'm waiting for a couple of families to get back to me. So I'll know after this weekend. But Oakley, we should definitely have some openings for. So they'll go home the second week of June.
Perfect. And Tiki Bar, you're welcome to go to our website. And if you're interested in a mini, feel free to go to our website, doodlesofnc.com, and fill out an application. We can figure out what your time frame is if you're looking for a mini doodle. Dan Smith, we love your videos and your transparency as well. You're so knowledgeable and helpful.
Thanks,
Thank you
Dan.
so much. Leanne Avicito, is there any place we can get supplies for our newborn puppy on discount? Our Goldendoodle is due in 3 weeks, and we aren't selling them, but giving them to good homes, so I'm trying to find cheap ways to get them. Yeah, I think, let's see, supplies. You're looking
Choice
at,
Pet.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Go to Choice Pet Products, and if you're a breeder, they will sell you at wholesale pet toys, and also snuggle puppies. That's who we use. They were based out of Florida. You do have to buy a little bit on volume. But your first order, they'll let you buy a couple individual items. And I would say it's roughly about half the cost that you'd find at like a PetSmart or things like that.
For the toys? Yeah, they're big toys. Like the big iguana that we have, the big pineapple that we have, and they were probably like $7 to $8 on there.
Which would have been like 14 to 15 easily.
And then snuggle puppies are for a crate of them. How much does that come? Like 25?
You have to buy 36 of them at a time,
Yeah.
so it is a lot, but it drops to $19 per snuggle puppy.
And they're like $40 on Amazon.
Yeah, 35, 40, yeah. So, LC's Double Doodles, what's your policy selling to other breeders?
We usually just want to talk to the breeder, find out their practices, make sure that we feel comfortable with what they do and how they breed their dogs. But we're open to selling with breeding rights. It's just usually double the pet price.
There you go. How do you know your female will be a good mom? This is from Miss Wookie.
Well, the first thing that you would need to do is make sure that they are health tested, and just do you think that they have a great personality? So what drove us to start breeding was Bella was just loved by everybody. They loved her look, they loved her personality, they thought she was fantastic, and so that's why I started even looking into breeding in the first place. So if your mom or if your dog has one of those great personalities, then just start with, I'd probably start with either the DNA test which is like a disease panel that they can do, and it's like a swab on the inside of their cheek. You can use Animal Genetics or Paw Print Genetics. Those are 2 great companies that you can use. And then once that comes back and they are not a carrier of any diseases, then go ahead and get their hips and their elbows done by OFA. And most vets are able to do it, but you just want to call a vet and make sure that they're used to doing it. And then you'll get those results within probably a couple of weeks. And then you can kind of go forward from there. If everything works out and it's a good candidate, then you can start looking for a stud that would meet what your desires are to what kind of puppies you want to produce. And then you can talk to other breeders from there about like their studs and how to proceed with that.
Awesome. Donna D, how much exercise does a Goldendoodle need?
That's a great question, Miss Donna. I would say it's not necessarily all exercise. It could be like playing with a puzzle. It could be a slow feeder. Anything that like just tires them out. Their brain, their legs, like anything. Like I know a lot of people like those like suction cup toys that they can pull and play tug on. So I would say a good solid 3 activities a day, morning, lunch, and afternoon, of at least 30 minutes apiece. And I think that they would be really worn out to the point where they're being obedient and ready to learn and to train.
Nice.
But it doesn't have to be just walks. It could be a 15-minute walk and then a 15-minute puzzle, things like that.
Kona's Boxer Babies, really nice comment. Thanks. You guys are awesome. Just raised my first litter and got into it because I knew I wanted to be a better breeder than some I had experienced. I only plan on a litter a year, but aspire to be like you all.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for being
Congratulations on being a good breeder.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Let's see. All right, those are all the questions that are currently on right now.
Okay. I'm taking some video for Annie's puppies.
Comment down below if you guys were on last week's stream. Just curious how the volume is, how the quality of the picture is. Would love to get some feedback. Dan Smith, do you give your breeding mamas any supplements like prenatal vitamins?
We don't do prenatal vitamins, but we give them calcium tablets after they've had their babies. And you can look on the back of the bottle and see how much calcium they need to do their nursing, and then we just free feed them. And if we have a mom that's not interested in food, we either combine some of Bella's food with it because Bella gets wild whitefish, and so that kind of entices them. Or sometimes we mix in canned dog food. Whatever we need to do to get them to eat, but we try to stay away from toppers like human food, just because we don't want them to go back home and to be expecting human food when they go back home.
That makes sense. And then post-pregnancy, what kind of supplements do you give them once they have their puppies?
Just the calcium tablets.
Oh, did you say that? Okay, sorry, I was looking through comments.
That's okay.
So,
and it's based on their weight is how much you know to give them. It's called elemental calcium. So you'll see a lot of breeders will do cottage cheese and yogurt and stuff like that. I find the easiest way to make sure that they're getting it is tablets, because they eat them up. They love them.
yeah. Let's see. Christina Welch, our 2-year-old Westie mama rejected her puppies first litter. She would lay to feed them, but we had to do the rest. Vet wants us to try again. Any suggestions? Were they natural? Was it a natural delivery that you had, Christina, or was it a
C-section?
C-section. We found with C-sections they can have definitely a chance for rejection from their puppies, only because they didn't deliver them naturally. But if they delivered them naturally, any sort of thoughts?
I don't really have anything specific except for when we had the potential of Piper when she had a singleton and we were worried a little bit of rejection. She ended up not rejecting it at all. It was just coming out of anesthesia. We had some bulldog families reach out to us and say, if you're trying to get them to clean up after the puppies, put a little peanut butter on their bottoms, and they'll stimulate them to go to the bathroom. I'm assuming that's what you mean. Like you had to do everything else. You had to help them void, and cleaning them and stuff like that. So just trying to get them to be a little more involved. And then if she was letting them nurse, then that's a good sign that she was tolerating them. But I don't have any other specifics. I have not gone through that myself.
Yeah.
But if anybody else has ideas, comment and we can share them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. Good point. Jen M, how do you plan for vaccination as a breeder?
How do I what?
How do you plan for vaccinations as a breeder
Okay.
for your puppies?
So our puppies get their first shots at 6 weeks old, and our veterinarian comes to us to do that, and that's the DHPP, which is the first shot. And then after that, it goes to their families, and so their families get recommended that they go to their next one between 10 and 12 weeks old. So they have 2 weeks when they go home that we advise them not to take them out to like dog parks and things like that, but we do recommend that they socialize with other dogs that are healthy. I think, is that what she means? If that's not what you mean, you can ask a more specific question.
Yeah. Catherine O, we live in Austria. If we were to get a puppy at the end of July from you, because we'll be in Minnesota then.
Oh my gosh.
Would that work? And do you know how that could work? Catherine, send us an email at doodlesofnc@gmail.com, and send us an email, and we can definitely reach out to you individually and kind of walk you through what those kind of options are. But really thankful that you guys would even consider getting a dog from us, so thanks.
That'd be the farthest dog away.
That
That'd be
literally
awesome.
would be. That's incredible. Tiki Bar, do they shed much?
Traditionally, no. The curlier they are, the less they shed.
Oh my goodness. We're going to have to peek over and take a look at this.
I think it sounds like somebody's farther away. Yep. See how pink or no, that's blue and pink. They're away from her. She wants to be beside. She wants to get them.
Okay. So you guys can just come with me and rescue a puppy real quick. 1 second.
Annie, you stay with me. Come here. So Tiki Bar, do they shed much? And the answer is no. If they are F1Bs, they traditionally are non-shedding. I would say like a good 90 to 95% non-shedding. I have had a few families tell me that they, when they've gone from their puppy to their adult coat, that they did shed a little bit. But that's just kind of when they are getting back to when they're getting their full adult coat in. You got about 2 minutes left, babe.
Okay. Sorry, I tried to make that as smooth as possible without anybody getting any motion sickness.
Wendy says the quality is excellent today. Crisp image and great sound. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's good.
And Christina said, yes, natural delivery. She came around after the first 3 weeks. Oh, good.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that got better.
Shirley Jacobs said the quality of the live feed is great. I like a wavy coat, but I'd like a non-shedder. Will that work? Absolutely. It is very, 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 they are non-shedding also. Says, thanks for the training tips. You guys are so relaxing and fun to watch. Your puppies are beautiful. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, comment down in the chat. What other things you guys would like to see for the live streams? Always up for new ideas. Yeah.
Rebecca said, sounds like an alien. It does. It really does. All right, last question. Jen says, how do we go on vacation as a breeder? Do you stop taking mom dogs for a few weeks? So that's a great question, Jen. We have to find people that we find reliable and trustworthy and are able to do what we do. And so we have a wonderful person. Her name is Emily, and she helps us out. She's a nursing student, And so, like, we know we're going to New York in August. And so I reached out to her today, asked her to go ahead and put that date on the calendar if she was available. She said she was. And so I'm like, woohoo! So I don't know what dogs will be here. I don't know exactly what's going on. But I know that I've got somebody that's trustworthy and will stay at our house and just be me for the week, which is great. And then we have cameras that we can check in on and make sure that things are going well. And then if we had a mom dog that was pregnant, obviously Caroline can, if we're not vacationing together, Caroline can be on call to deliver puppies, just like I am on call for her if she goes on vacation.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know who Caroline is,
sorry.
She's one of our partners in breeding Goldendoodles. You have
And
to check
my
out
best
that.
friend.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's more important.
But you'll have to check out that video. Just do a search for like just look through the videos. It's probably maybe
You'll see us on there.
eight in from the most recent one. You'll
Yeah.
see it, and you can kind of see how that all got formed. It's a fun video. All right, last question.
Then we got to go to Bible study.
Yep. Okay. Real quick.
Okay. Whoa, that just doesn't sound like it's going to be a quick answer.
How do you breed to have F1B puppies?
So it's an F1 with a poodle.
What's an F1?
An F1 is a 50% golden retriever, 50% poodle.
Okay, purebred poodle, purebred golden retriever.
That breeding makes an F1.
Okay.
And then an F1B is that dog breeding back to a full-blooded poodle.
And why do you want to do that?
It creates a more hypoallergenic, less shedding dog. So Bella is an F1. A lot of our moms are F1s. Our big ones are F1s. And so they shed a little bit. It's still not as bad as shedding as a golden retriever, but I still need to vacuum at least daily for Bella, but I'm a little bit of a clean freak. So I like to have, if I see it, I'm going to go grab that vacuum and vacuum it up. So I can see fur from Bella regularly. And so the other way of doing an F1B is just doing an F1B and an F1B together. And people call those F1Bs or call them multi-generationals.
Yeah. Awesome. Ooh, puppy toy and product reviews. Maple syrup. That's a cool idea. Like what are our favorite toys?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. We can bring Bella in for that one.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we're going to kind of wrap
successful
this. Yeah. This
third week. I love doing these things.
This is so fun, you guys. I like, this is definitely so relaxed. Someone said it earlier. This is a really relaxing way of being able to watch puppies. And we completely agree. It's like having you guys all in this one little area with us. So it's fun and so many questions, so many great questions. So thank you guys for being on this live stream. Really appreciate you guys. I'm seeing AA. Bodie is wavy and doesn't shake. Is this Bodie Mac? Gotta know. That's on the stream right now.
Is it, what's the name?
AA?
Angie. I'm not going to say her last name. Sorry, Angie.
That is so fun.
Oh, goodness. I said hi, and so they think that it's something else. Hey,
Annie, no one's here.
Hey.
Okay, well, take care, you guys. Have a great rest of the week. I'll be working on the next weekly video tomorrow. We'll be wrapping that one up, and we'll get that out to you guys. So thank you guys for your support and your love. We hope you guys have a great day.
We'll see you next